So like all good Greeks, we've stopped for a coffee in the middle of the morning. It's about 11 o'clock. How's your coffee? How's your coffee? Is it good? No? Good man. In Corfu town today, we've had the most horrendous weather this morning and last night. Massive thunderstorms, lightning all the way across the sky, which is brilliant. Love it. And huge amount of hail and rain this morning, but it's cleared up now. And if you visited Corfu, you will recognise that as the main street, and if you're a resident, of course, you'll recognise Marks and Spencer, because everyone who lives here has got to go to Marks and Spencer to stock up on the essentials. So yeah, the 21st of January I think it is, and the weather has been horrendous, but it's going to clear up back end of next week, and we'll get the good weather back again. So more of Corfu town in the winter. It's very quiet. Very quiet compared to the high season. What's interesting is now that we're into January, people have started, there's a change in the air. As I said in the first video, that change in November where everything closes and people start to get ready for the season. Now people really are. We've got people out the front of their tavernas painting, furniture's starting to come out. We've got the figures for the cruise ships, something like 380,000 visitors on the cruise ships are forecast. I don't know what the flights are, but the first flight is due in about 8 weeks or so. Second week of March, I think it is. They've got the first 11 international flights. So it's really just starting to gear up, even in January, for the coming season. Feeling of optimism in the new year. So, catch you in a bit. Well, the rain's come back. Well, the rain has stopped again. And it's busy in some areas. I mean, you can see here these guys, they're welding up the little kiosk, the booth ready for the season. We were here a couple of weeks ago and all of these outdoor dining areas were open, but of course with the weather I guess they're closed. If you're familiar with the Liston, you know in the summer of course this is heaving busy, absolutely heaving, and it is a lot quieter in the winter, but there's still a lot going on. All of the tourist shops are closed, but all of the sort of, I don't know, normal shops for the people who kind of live here are still open, so it's still a busy place. But I mean, you can see if you're familiar with the Liston in the summer, obviously this is very, very quiet. And the weather, I mean, at the moment it's gorgeous. It's actually warm. I have no coat, but over there, look at that, brooding. So we've got thunderstorms have been on and off. And there's the fort, of course. But I do love a good thunderstorm, so I'm good with that. Sunny weather and thunderstorms. Two extremes and the two things that I like, definitely. You having a good lunch, mister? Are you having a good lunch, mister?
Can't talk, eating.
So one of the questions that was asked is how many of the shops are still open over the winter in Corfu town. So, well, we'll have a look. So on the right hand side, sort of touristy shops, a kumquat shop and a juice bar and a Visma station are closed. But on this side, the kind of the normal life stuff, so the non-tourist, look at this little side street. It's all still here and it's all still open and it's still busy for a sort of Mediterranean town in the winter. It's actually quite bustling, to be honest. Still quite thriving, if you will, but obviously it's very different from the summer months, and it's just starting to rain again. So I'm going to sign off from this video. We'll just go for a little walk down the street here.